Welcome, welcome everybody. Welcome to another video for strategies, tactics, and boosts for FNA class event. And this is the last event for 2022. This is the New Year event, and we are going to see in this video how the approach we are going to have on the 8 tracks we are running this weekend on the opening and final rounds of the event. So, well, as probably everyone knows that Latifi and Magnussen are the boosted drivers for this event, and Firework is our boost. Well, I think that most of us, most of you are not going to use Latifi or Magnussen. Maybe you guys that are at the beginning of the game, you didn't start the game at the beginning of the season. Maybe it will be maybe you are going to use them, but for all of us that we are here from the beginning, 18th of May, I think. Well, we probably don't. We are probably not going to use Latifi or Magnussen. Anyway, we are going to use Firework though. So let's go and see our tracks for this racing weekend. And our first track is Monza, a track that we need speed, but we need tire management too. So what are we going to do? We can either go with one pit stop using the medium compound, Street Shark and Butterfly, that gives us this tire management that we need to get for laps with a medium compound, or we can go with a hard compound and then we can go with maybe Dead Fast, Eclipse, Gladiator, Firework, because we don't need the hard tires. Easily get 4 laps in Monza. But what I'm going to suggest here for you, let's go with 2 pit stops. Well, if you have improved your upgraded your parts and you can do a quick enough pit stop, let's try 2 pit stops, 3 stints. The first driver with 2 laps with a soft compound, and then 2 stints, 3 laps each with a medium compound, and the second driver the exactly opposite, 3 laps with a medium compound, the first 2 stints, and the last stint 2 laps with the soft compound. In order to make this work, we're going to use Dead Fast, Eclipse, Firework, or Gladiator. My first picks for both drivers, okay, for both strategies, these 4 boosts. Okay, there is Lumberjack 2, there is Hex. We need speed. We need a lot of speed. So, my first picks would be Dead Fast for the one driver and Eclipse for the second driver. And if we don't have one of them, then Firework would be as good as the first 2. So that's it for Monza. And track number 2, Austria. So In Austria, we have a lot of corners, and then followed by medium straights. So we are going to give a good test of firework here. Let's see our boosts. So the one driver is the first driver is going with 5 laps with a medium compound and 4 laps with a medium compound for the second stint, and the second driver is going the opposite, the other way, 4 and 5. For these strategies, we can use Vice. My first choices are Firework, then Vice, then Hook, then Lumberjack. That's the order I'm thinking, and I'm going with Firework for my one driver and Vice for my second driver. We're going to make a small, let's say, experiment here to see. Vice has, of course, a better acceleration boost, but Firework has acceleration boost too, and we're going to test Firework if it works and if it can reach top speed in medium straights here. So Vice for one driver, Firework for the second one, and if you don't want to go with one pit stop, you can go with 2 pit stops, 3 equal stints with a soft compound, each 3, 3, 3, and there I would suggest Wood or Tune In to make the the pit stops quick and gain for the handicap that you're going to have from getting 2 pit stops, because don't forget that Austria is a very quick, very fast track, and 2 pit stops maybe not the best strategy, but okay, we can try it. So track number 3. United Kingdom. Okay, we all know United Kingdom, and we know that it needs a little bit of everything. Well, mostly it needs grip, corners. That's why our first driver is going with both our drivers can go with 1 pit stop, 4-3 for the first driver and 3-4 for the second driver. Medium soft if your driver has very good tire management and you are not going to push the red button a lot. If you want to push, then go with if you go with medium and soft, you are for certain go with Taurus. But if you choose hard and medium for the two stints, you can go with Nazar. For our second driver, we have chosen medium and hard in order to use Palm or Gin. It depends on what your approach will be in this track. And of course, there is an alternative which I'm probably going to use. I haven't decided yet, but I'm leaning into using this strategy for one of my drivers. We will go the fast way. We will choose the fast way for this strategy. Soft compound, 3-2-2, Hex or Instinct. Maybe you could use Dead Fast or Eclipse for this strategy, but I would like maybe Eclipse, not dead fast, because we want a boost that gives us, apart from speed, that gives us good overtaking. So Hex, Instinct, and Eclipse would be good choices for this strategy. And I'm pretty sure I have convinced myself to use it this weekend. So that was United Kingdom and Belgium. As we have said before, this is not an easy track to overtake, but we think we have found the solution of what we need to do to win in this track. So our first driver, 2 pit stops, soft compound in each stint, 2 laps each, dead fast, Gladiator, Eclipse, Lumberjack, Firework, Hex, speed, a lot of speed. We are probably going with dead fast, not probably, we are going with dead fast for this strategy. And for our second driver, we are choosing the hard compound, 1 pit stop, and Eclipse or Hex to push in the big straights. We could choose for both our drivers to go with 2 pit stops, all with soft compound and equal stints, but that's the case only if your drivers begin with a very big gap in the starting lineup. Let's say if one of them is in P8 and the other one is in P14, P15. So yes, then you can go with the same strategy and you will go dead fast with the one driver and Eclipse with the other driver. But only if they have a gap, because in any other case, if they are too close, you're going to have stacking in the pit stop. So that's it with Belgium and Japan. And Japan is there is a high probability of raining here, 62% Hatch is giving us for a wet race. So let's see our approach here, and as you can see, we are going with 1 pit stop in all our strategies, dry or wet, and it doesn't matter what the compound we are going to use is. And this is because I think that here 2 pit stops are a waste of time, at least for now. Maybe if we get even lower times in pit stops, it would be a viable choice. We'll see. At the moment, let's stick to 1 pit stop. So 4 laps the one stint, 3 laps the second stint, and the exactly opposite for our second driver. Now, as you can see, you can either go with medium soft in the 2 stints or hard and medium. It depends on the tire management of your driver and if you want to push the red button a lot or not. The boosts. Well, I want my first choice here is Hook, and then Herald, and then Palm for the one driver, and for the second driver we will test again, because this is a new boost. We will test again firework here to see what happens in the small, in this medium straight, which is in sector 1, and if firework works there nicely as we are thinking. I think that that's why firework is added to the boosts, to give us high speed in medium straights. So we will test it and we'll see. Don't forget, if you want to get a good acceleration and your car to get the top speed it can get, you need to have a little space from the car that it's in front of you, because if you are exactly on his tail, you're not going to see the effect in action. So that's it for the dry race. But if we have a wet race, then we are going again 4-3 and 3-4. For our first driver, we are going with Tune-In or Char, and for our second driver, Prince or Hex, with maybe Tune-In and Prince being our first choices. Okay, and track number 6, Abu Dhabi. You know, here, Fast and Furious. Fast and Furious for both drivers. That is what I'm going to do this weekend. So the first driver is going with 2-3-3 all soft, and the second driver 3-3-2, as you see inside the brackets. Again, all with soft compounds, compound and dead fast Eclipse, our two top choices, or else we can go with Firework, Hex, Lumberjack, you know, all the Instinct if you don't have any of this, but all the fast, as I say, Fast and Furious boosts. But if you don't want to go with 2 pit stops, you can go with one. You can choose 1 pit stop, the medium compound, 4 laps each stint, and then we are choosing Street Shark or Eternal Flame because we need a little bit of tire management from our boost, and we need good overtaking, so, and speed. That's why Street Shark is our first choice. It could be Lumberjack too, but I don't know, and maybe Dead Fast, but it only, these 2 boosts are giving us 1 in tire management, and I don't know if the medium compound can work well with only 1 tire management from our boost. So track number 7, it's the Netherlands, Zandvoort, and 30% possibility of raining. So we are going to see both types of race. For our dry race, 4 medium, 3 soft, and the second driver 3 soft, 4 medium. The tire here is enough, is perfect. You can push a lot with medium and soft. We don't need tire management here, so we are going to focus in what we need to overtake other drivers and to be fast. So again, we are testing Firework here for in sector 1, the straight, which is at the beginning of the track, and we are going to test it to see if it fits in this track. If you don't want to make the experiment, you can choose Eclipse or Instinct, something fast, and of course for our second driver, Hook or Vice. Hook the first choice, Vice the second one. We need I think something with good acceleration because the straight is not big and we need to get to our top speed very fast. Hook gives us very good overtaking too. So my first choices here will be Firework and Hook, or else we are going with Eclipse and Vice or Instinct. If it rains, then for our first driver, Hex or Samba. Samba is not a quick boost, but it gives us so much fuel that we can push and push and push without thinking so much if we're gonna make it to the end. And for our second driver, Koopa, Cranberry or Merlion, and getting a different approach with this from our second driver. And last but not least, again a very fast track, but here we have 67 Hutch is saying that there is a 67% probability of raining during the weekend in Imola. So yeah, this is a lot, so let's explain it. Let's get started from the dry race. Again, if you can, and if you believe that you can manage and both your drivers with 2 pit stops, go for it. I'm going with 2 pit stops in Imola. The first driver, 2 laps with a soft compound, 3 laps with a medium compound, and 3 laps with a soft compound. The first driver. The second driver, the first stint, 3 laps with a soft compound without pushing so much. Then 3 laps with a medium compound, full red, and then 2 laps with a soft compound. Again, we can go full red if we have saved some fuel. And for these 2 strategies, we need Dead Fast, Eclipse, Instinct, Hex, and Firework, of course, Gladiator, even Lumberjack. You know, all these fast, all these boosts that give us speed, and if we can use boosts that give us speed and overtaking, even better. If you want to go with 1 pit stop, then 4 laps each stint. With a medium compound, if you use Street Shark. With a hard compound, if you use a boost with less tire management, so it's Lumberjack, maybe Dead Fast. It's the same. They give you can get 1 for tire management from these both. And let's go to the wet race. If we're going for a wet race with 1 pit stop, if we want 1 pit stop for our drivers, then if we want both of them with 1 pit stop, then we're going with 4-4 for one driver and 5-3 for our second driver. If we go 1 pit stop for one driver and 2 pit stops for the other driver, I think 5-3 is the best solution, the best choice for 1 pit stop. So let's see them all. The strategy with the equal stints, 4 and 4. we are going with Cranberry or Merlion. For the second strategy, which is 5 laps with the wet compound for our first stint, and then 3 laps with the wet compound, we need tire management. So Tsar and Dragon are our top 2 choices from our boosts. We could choose Frost, but I think here, because we want to push and we will need a little bit of fuel management too, Tsar would be an excellent choice, and Dragon too. Excuse me. So last but not least, you can go one or both your drivers with 2 pit stops. 2-3-3 for our first driver, 3-3-2 for the second driver, and here Hex for lots of speed, Tune In for quick pit stops, and Samba for lots of fuel in order to push a lot the red button. And of course, you can experiment you can make experiments with dry, as we say them, boosts in a wet race. This means Deadfast, Eclipse, Instinct. You can try it, you can see the results. You will be amazed how good, well, not in all tracks, okay, but how a dry boost can work in wet conditions. So that was it for Imola track number 8, and that's it for this video. I hope you will find it useful. I hope, well, of course, as I always say, if you use any of these strategies, please give us some feedback to see what went well, what went wrong, what we can see if we can, not if, what we can do better, what we can change to make the strategies better. We are always doubting ourselves and trying new things, so you can help us do it. Thank you very much for watching this video. Subscribe, please subscribe for to my channel, so you can get notified when there is a new video or when I'm going live for my event sessions. Thank you for watching. I hope this is helpful, and I wish a great racing weekend and a happy new year, of course, because we are 2 days before New Year's Day. Tomorrow is New Year's Eve, so happy New Year to everyone. I will be here in New Year's Eve and in New Year's Day, so maybe I'll see you then too. Bye.